Hello and welcome to this episode of the Mind Detox podcast. I'm your host, Sandy Newbigging. For today's episode, I'm sharing an article that I wrote for Positive Life magazine, for which I'm a columnist for since 2013. They'll suggest a topic for the upcoming magazine, and this time they asked me to write about community. And with my background as being in a spiritual cult, I saw it as a great opportunity to actually talk about my experience in the cult. And so I wrote an article called Healthy Community or Harmful Cult? Former Spiritual Cult Member Reveals the Red Flags. So I'm going to share that article with you today. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find it beneficial and it helps you to make sure that you are in a healthy community and not a harmful cult. And if you enjoy what you hear and it resonates with you, I just want to let you know that I'm going to be hosting a weekend retreat in the UK this November 2025. It's called the Soul Calm Retreat, and during that retreat I'm going to be sharing a healthy and empowering form of spirituality. So taking from all the stuff I've been through, I'm going to be sharing the red flags to look out for, and also how to navigate your spiritual journey in the most free and empowering and fun way. So if that is of interest to you, check out my website, soulcalm.com/retreat. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this article on healthy community or harmful cult. Former spiritual cult member reveals the red flags. I was in a spiritual cult. Since getting out a few years ago, I've researched cultic communities to unpack what happened to me, to understand how love and light can so often turn dark, and to help others to avoid similar harmful groups. The truth is, anyone is susceptible to ending up in a culty community like the one I was in. Spiritual communities are so appealing because they teach helpful things, give us beneficial tools, and offer the opportunity to belong and be part of a meaningful mission that most people would want, such as helping to make the world a more peaceful place. It has been said that nobody joins a cult. They join something good. For me, I was drawn to the promise of living with more inner peace, and I was attracted to the group mission of healing humanity through the healing of the self. For my first retreat, I spent 3 months meditating on an idyllic Greek island. I learned many interesting insights from the team of teachers led by the charismatic spiritual leader referred to as Maharishi. I also made friends and got the best tan of my life. I was welcomed into my newfound spiritual family with big smiles, wide open arms, and complimentary comments about finding my path and being an important part of it. In the early years, I was showered with praise and celebrated for my clarity and ability to teach. I was made to feel special, but in retrospect, I was being love-bombed, which is a common tactic of cults to get you in. After thousands of hours of meditation and singing countless Sanskrit puja ceremonies, I emerged as a fully fledged monk and meditation teacher. From there, I went on to teach in multiple countries, from Austria to Australia. I share this background because communities like these are usually a very positive experience, sometimes for a few years, with the harmful, culty stuff introduced gradually after you are already fully invested. I was told that unless I was lucky enough to be struck by enlightenment lightning, I needed to take vows to commit to the spiritual path. However, although they were sold as being solely for my spiritual growth, they included the small print vow of surrendering my life to the leader of the organization. Yes, I probably should have run away then, but I didn't yet know that cults use spiritual truths in manipulative and violent ways. Once I was in, the love bombing stopped and the tough love started, known in the community as ruthless compassion. Pitched as being for my highest good and an act of love that I should be grateful for, it was harsh, abusive, and demeaning. I was often publicly shamed in the group meetings, usually being told I wasn't committed or surrendered enough. This went on for years, irrespective of what I did to prove my commitment, including moving to a remote part of Spain to live in the spiritual community. More culty red flags I witnessed and experienced firsthand included mind games and manipulation, coercive control, mental and emotional abuse, bullying and belittling, confusing contradictions, constantly moving goalposts, an inner circle of secrets, and numerous narcissistic traits in the self-acknowledged enlightened guru who ran the whole enterprise. Despite all of this, and as with all cults, once you are in, there is no positively viewed exit available. Leavers are quitters and failures who have fallen off the path. In the end, I was on the receiving end of the classic us versus them cult mentality. When I left, I never heard from my spiritual family ever again. So here's some questions to determine if you are in a healthy community or a harmful cult. Can you question the community norms or leader without any shaming, shunning, or gaslighting? Are you required to be obedient, relinquish control, or surrender yourself to a system or person? Are you free to come and go without any negative consequences? How are the people who have previously left spoken about? If it is ever derogatory, then it's a red flag that you really should not ignore. Also, what do the people who have already left say about the community? Do they believe it is a cult? I recommend you ask them why. During my 14 years in the cult, I went from being blinded by the love and light to doing mental gymnastics to explain away all the darn right, wrong, and culty stuff I started seeing. I also tried to change it from the inside until it became clear that the leader was never going to let things change. These days, I am free and an advocate for engaging spirituality in healthy and empowering ways. I hope you learn from many wise people in your life and make many lifelong friends. I wish you safe travels on your spiritual journey. Thanks for joining me for today's episode. Please like, subscribe, and write a review wherever you happen to be listening. It really does help to support me and this podcast. For more information about my one-to-one sessions, Cam Clan community, books, and academy courses, head over now to minddetox.com.